Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a materialized view. We will be using the create materialized view statement. So this is the statement that can be used to create a materialized view. So you first of all have to specify the view name. Okay, after the create materialized view clause. So after this clause here, you specify the name of the view. And then the second thing you do, you add the query that gets the data from the underlining tables. You do that after the as keyword. Then the third thing you need to do is, if you want to load data into the materialized view at the creation time, then you have to put with data. All right. So if you want to load the data at the same time you create the view, you use this with data option. Otherwise, you put with no data option. Okay. In case you use the with no data, the view is flagged as unreadable. So if you use this option with no data, the view is going to be flagged as unreadable. Basically, what that means is that you cannot query data from the view until you load data into the view. So another thing I want to show you is how you refresh data for materialized view. So to load data into a materialized view, you have to use the refresh materialized view statement, which is this statement here on line 7. So this is a statement you need to load data into a materialized view. So assuming that you created a view with this with no data option, then you need to load data by using this refresh materialized view statement. When you refresh data for a materialized view, PostgreSQL locks the entire table. Therefore, you cannot query data against it. All right. So it's very important you know that. To avoid this, you can use the concurrently option. There's another option you can use to avoid the entire table being locked. So you have to restructure your query to this one here, refresh materialized view concurrently, and then followed by the name of the view. So by doing it this way, it avoids the entire table being locked, because if the table is locked, you can't query data against the table. So with the concurrently option, this option here, PostgreSQL creates a temporary updated version of the materialized view. It then compares two versions and performs an insert and an update. Only the differences. Okay, so it compares the two and it then performs an insert and an update only on the differences between the two. You can query against the materialized view while it is being updated. One requirement for using concurrently option is that the materialized view must have a unique index. All right, so it must have a unique index for you to use that concurrently option. But the concurrently option is only available from PostgreSQL version 9.4 and above. So if you got anything above 9.4, then that option is available. You can also remove materialized view using this statement here. I've got on line 12. So you use the drop keyword. So removing a materialized view is pretty straightforward. Just it is the same way as you would normally remove a table. So you use the drop keyword. So basically you use drop and specify the name of the view just as I've stated here in this statement, and that should get rid of the view. So now that we've gone through all these various examples, let's go ahead and create an actual materialized view. So here I've got some statement here. So this following statement is going to create a materialized view called rental_by_category. All right. So you can see with this view here, I have used the with no data option. All right. So by using the with no data option, that means we cannot query data from the view. If we try to do so, we will get an error. So creating a view is just normal thing like creating a table. So you can see I've used a lot of join statements here in the creation of the view. So we're using a table called payment. So if I call down here, you can see we've got a table called payment. So this is the table I'm pulling information from. So if I expand that table, you can take a look at the columns here. So these are just basic keywords you use in creating a view. You also can use that in creating a data. All right, so I'm going to create this view by clicking on the lightning bolt, and I won't be able to query the view because I've used the with no data option. So what I need to do now is add some data by using the refresh materialized view statement. If you try to run a select statement on the name of this view, you will get an error. Okay, so because we have not loaded any data, so table is locked, you can't query it. So let's populate the view. All right, so we are going to load some data into the view using this statement here on line 15. All right, so this is the statement that will populate the view. So let me just highlight this and run that statement. Click on the lightning bolt, and hopefully everything should be okay. It says refresh materialized view, query returned successfully. So now we should be able to query the view. So to query the view, all I need to do is run this simple select statement. I'm selecting star, means it will get all the columns and rows from this view here. The view is called rental_by_category. So I highlight that and click on the lightning bolt, and hopefully there you go. So it's returned 16 rows. All right. So we've got our materialized view sorted and working okay because we've loaded some data into the view. So anytime you want to load data into your materialized view, you have to use the statement, the refresh materialized view statement, followed by, the name of the view. If you want to refresh the view, the materialized view, using the concurrently option, you will need to create a unique index for the view first. And this is how you would do it. This is the statement you would use to create a unique index for the view. That enables you to use the concurrently option. And then once you've created the index, you can then refresh the data concurrently for the view by using this statement here. And that will enable you to refresh the materialized view concurrently. Okay. So that is it for this lecture. I do apologize. It is taking quite longer than I expected. I just wanted to get in as much as possible. Okay. So we covered how to create a materialized view. We also showed you the statement you would use to delete a materialized view. We also learned how we could load a materialized view by using the refresh materialized view statement. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and bye for now.